Right, for all you iPhone lovers out there, you know, I'm sure you know by now that the iPhone 5 was launched last week, and in outlets in Ireland, they are still waiting for their stock, but I believe Colin Baker has some information on that, which he'll share with us very shortly. He was one of the lucky ones to buy one after queuing for hours in Belfast. Morning, Colin.
Good morning.
You're going to give us
I'm back from Belfast and I have my new toy.
Do you love it?
By the way, just before we go any further, did you say they're going to be released in Ireland tomorrow?
Word on the Apple Street is that they'll be out in Ireland tomorrow. Now, I suppose it depends on each individual network, because in Ireland we don't really have an official Apple store.
Okay.
So they won't be released in the conventional sense.
How much does it cost?
They're going to be the same price as the iPhone 4S was. So when you're talking about phones like this, it's difficult to say, because they tend to tie it up with a network agreement, usually 18 months. So they'll be available, for example, at the moment from €99, on a particular monthly payment.
Your provider is,
In terms of buying them SIM-free, they're in or around €650. So they're very, very expensive.
So if you're tied into an 18-month deal that doesn't end for another 12 months, you won't be able to get one unless you pay full whack.
As long as you're happy to go into contract and allow the networks to pay the substantial portion of your iPhone, it's a fairly reasonable purchase. And also, when you're on a bill, the tendency is that you can pay a little bit less for your data usage and your texts and calls.
Okay.
So how good is it? What are the differences between that and its nearest and dearest relative?
There's been a lot of mystery and anticipation over that over the last few months. In fact, since the last one was released this time last year. Well, for starters, we see the shape and form is roughly the same as the old 4S. I say old, it's still available and it's still a fantastic phone. It's slightly taller, as you can see. So it's almost
longer,
stretched, exactly. So the screen is
Same
longer.
width, though.
Same width, exactly, because as one Apple insider told me, you need to be able to, the average thumb needs to be able to move across the screen easily and type single-handedly, exactly. So for small thumbs like yours or big meaty thumbs like mine, it needs to be able to suit both of us.
Okay, so
now,
it's longer,
it's longer.
Same width.
The screen is 4 inches as opposed to 3.5 inches.
Right.
We've got a deeper colour resolution, so it's about 44% richer in terms of the photos.
Is it slimmer?
It's slimmer as well.
Is it lighter?
So if you look at it, it's 15% slimmer, thinner, and 15% lighter.
Okay.
You've also got this very contentious issue down the bottom here. They've actually replaced the age-old, in fact it was released back in 2004, the dock connector on the original iPad and iPhones.
Connection.
This is the new 8-pin dock connector. So this will cause, I suppose, some force.
If I have a really nice expensive dock at home, I'm going to have to either change that, or is there some connection I can buy?
There's little adapters that you can buy. They're not actually out yet, but they'll be about 20 or 30 quid.
What about software?
And needless to say, they're not very discreet. They're big yokes.
Yeah.
And of course, if you sit that on top of your speaker system,
it's going to look
awful. Not really going to sit well,
is it?
Exactly.
What's in it?
So there's going to be cables.
Is it faster? What's the application?
It's an A6 processor.
Okay.
Apple tell us that it's twice as fast as the previous model. That said, I'm always asked, what's the eventual verdict of these two? The iPhone 4S is a quick, fantastic smartphone, probably the best in its field. The 5 is slightly better.
Okay.
Probably 15%
worth the money?
Nothing terribly surprising here.
Battery life?
So far, I'm not having good reports.
Really?
Half a day so far.
No.
But they do say that these things, over the course of the first few weeks of use, the batteries improve. That happened on my last phone
In-car
as well.
charger, that's what you need to get, an in-car charger.
It's certainly not a whole lot better.
All I know is you went to Belfast and you love it.
And I queued for 4 hours.
There you go.
There's a huge number of Liverpool supporters have put them in for order because of the bigger screen. They don't have to scroll down to see where their team is in the Premier League.
On that note, Colin, thank you very much.
Colin, thanks you.